Hi, and welcome to another edition of Q&A with the Book Designer. I'm Joel Friedlander, and I write the bookdesigner.com blog, and today I'm answering a question about how to figure out how big to make your book cover. This is a question I get asked quite often, and it seems to confuse people when they go to lay out their flat cover, and that is the cover wrap on their paperback book, which is the back cover, the spine, and the front cover all laid flat. Now, it's actually a fairly easy thing to do to figure out your spine width, but you need to know the number of pages in your book, and that is actual pieces of paper. Each side counts as a page, and that's doesn't matter what page numbers you put on the page. It's the actual physical number of pages in the book, and the PPI, or pages per inch measurement of the paper you're using. Now, luckily, sometimes you don't even have to know that much, and I do a lot of books at Lightning Source, so I thought we would come over here and use their handy dandy cover template generator, which I use for all the books I do for Lightning Source. And let me tell you, it's really great. It saves you a lot of time and trouble, and it's on their file creation menu here. Let's see, here's the cover template generator. Now, this is a very easy little facility to use. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ISBN for a book in here. I'm going to pick my type of paper and what kind of finishing I want. And then I'm going to pick a format that I want the template from Lightning Source to come in. So here's an ISBN. Now you'll watch when I put this ISBN in Lightning Source. We'll check to make sure it's a valid ISBN. I'm going to print black and white on cream paper with a gloss finish. Now here under book type, you can see it's I want my 5 1/4 by 8-inch book, perfect bound. That's a paperback book, cream paper with gloss lamination. And that's exactly the one I want. Of course, you've got many other choices here, many in terms of digital printing anyway. You can do a case bound book, perfect bound, case laminate, all these different types, but this is the one I want. I want a 5 1/4 by 8-inch book, and that's exactly what I want. It wants to know how many pages there are in the book. There are 232 pages, and then I can choose what format I want. Now, I work in InDesign, so I'm going to get an InDesign file, but you could get a Quark file, a PDF, which could be placed in almost any illustration program, or an EPS, which you could also put in like Adobe Illustrator and work in there, or Photoshop. But InDesign's good. I'm sure my email address is already in here, and I hit submit, and that's exactly how long it takes to get a cover template from Lightning Source. Now, I've already done this, and it showed up in my email, and let's take a look and see what it looks like. This is what you get when you get your cover template. I'm now inside Adobe InDesign, where I do all my book layouts. You can see that they're actually going to print the cover on a much larger sheet of paper, and the cover is placed in here, so you don't even have to worry about making your page size the right size. And they've calculated the spine, and you can see right here that the spine is 0.528 inches wide. And so the full flat cover, it's 5 1/4 front, 5 1/4 back, that's 10.5 inches, plus 0.528, so this is 11.028 inches. Now you can tell that they are quite serious about doing this accurately, because they always give you the measurement in thousandths of an inch. It's not 0.52 or 0.53. No, it's exactly 0.528. Most printers, because of the tolerances they work with, will be measuring things quite closely. But the digital printers, because of the high-speed equipment they use, measure them most closely of all. So you have to conform to that. Now, I've written on the blog a whole explanation of how to read all these different rules and lines around this template. But this outside line is a bleed line, and if you have any color that you want to bleed off the edge of the paper, it has to go up to that line. The next one is a trim line. That's where the paper will actually be trimmed. This they call their safe line, and that is that no live copy like type or pictures that you want to actually see should go past that line. So safe line, trim line, bleed line, and they go all the way around. And there are even safe lines and fold lines for the spine. But if I start putting the elements I've already gotten laid out, like for instance this nice red background on, you can see that this is actually a full um, cover for a wrap. Here's my publisher logo coming on, the spine artwork, the front cover being built up from elements that I've already had designed. Then we start to build up the back cover, and you can see the barcode, and that barcode came with this template from Lightning Source, which was very handy. I think that's the whole thing. No, wait, there's still a category. There we go. Let's go into preview mode and see what it looks like. So this is the full flat cover. As you can tell, this is the book I recently published. And you can see that the crop marks show you exactly where the uh, cover will be trimmed, and the fold marks show exactly where the spine will fold. And that's how we lay out the cover in Adobe InDesign. This file will be made into a PDF according to Lightning Source's kind of strict regulations that you have to study some kind of in detail. And the file will be packed up and go up to Lightning Source along with the interior file for printing. And that's how I know how big to make my covers. Now, if you were to actually examine the pages per inch of the paper we're using, it's 440 pages per inch. And you can get your own calculator out, and if you divide 232 pages by 440 pages per inch, I predict you will come up with 0.528 inches, and that's about half an inch. So from thebookdesigner.com, this is Joel Friedlander with another Q&A. This time we talked about assembling your cover. Thanks very much for watching.